Hi everyone, I'm Amy Lee Miller. It is good to be back. I was away for a little bit. I was visiting my amazing grandfather. He is very remarkable and special and still mostly himself at 94 years old. When we were saying goodbye, he said something to me that made me cry because I'm all too familiar with it. He told me how special he thinks I am, and then he said, special people are sometimes hard to understand. I think my grandpa and I get each other probably better, not probably. We get each other better than anybody in our family gets us, which does not mean that we always agree. Actually, sometimes we get into pretty heated arguments, and we did again this visit. I don't hold back. I don't care if he's 94. I will always be honest with him as he is with me, and that is what keeps us so closely connected. It is so important to surround ourselves with people that we can be ourselves around. And if we can't be honest with someone, then we're not being ourselves. So my grandpa and I, we started raising our voices at each other. We were having a couple-minute argument, and then he yelled out, "Truce," which makes me laugh now, but it didn't make me laugh at the time. Because I was standing by my opinion, and he was standing by his opinion. And you know what? That's okay. It is okay to have an opinion and to think that yours is right, because otherwise it would not be your opinion. But sometimes we find ourselves around people who don't want to us to have an opinion. And we feel like we have to kind of keep quiet, or they're not going to like us, or we're going to just make things uncomfortable. But then we're not being ourselves, and we come away from that experience with our self-esteem not intact. And this is very damaging for our self-esteem. I know, because I did it for decades. I used to choose to spend time with a certain company, and I would come away feeling so badly about myself, and I didn't understand why, but I would feel angry, sad, lonely, depressed, and it would take me a good 3 days of being away from them, exactly 3 days every time, where I would just, work out a lot, hang out by myself, relax, spend time with my friends, get back in my work groove. 3 days before I would start to again feel like myself. But I kept putting myself in their company because I thought I should, because they were my family. And then something happened, and I figured it out. I realized I felt so badly around them because they didn't want me to be myself. They would do things to diminish my presence when I was around, like talk over me, dismiss me, change the subject when I would try to participate. It was like they wanted me to be less of myself. And when I would try to participate in the conversation or share what was going on with me, I would just get more dismissing eyes rolled at me, and then when I finally stood up for myself and said, you know what, I don't like being treated like this. Well, I just got more of the same treatment. So what would make someone discourage somebody else from being themselves, or discourage them from voicing their opinion? Maybe somebody who feels threatened by a difference of opinion. And what kind of a person might feel that way? Someone who is feeling very badly about themselves in that moment. And I realized when 2 of my family members said to me that I think I'm better than they are, I think my jaw literally dropped, because I was like, me? I think I'm better than people? Me, who's always happy for others' happiness, even when I'm not feeling happy myself? Me, who is so passionate about encouraging people to believe in themselves and go after their dreams? I think I'm better than you? Wow. And it was then that I realized, oh, they think I'm better than they are. That is why they try to diminish my presence when I'm around. Don't have me around if you just want me to be small and not be there. But I realized it's because of how they're feeling about themselves. And somehow me being around brings it out. So I said to myself, I'm very sorry for your pain. You must be feeling pretty badly about yourself to try to make me feel badly, about myself. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to go be myself way over there, far away from you. And that is when my self-esteem greatly started to improve. I mean, I was maybe thriving in lots of areas of my life, but some areas were really not so good. And it stemmed from that, from surrounding myself with people who didn't accept me for me, and not understanding what was going on and just feeling really badly about it. It is so important to surround yourself with people you can be yourself around. If you have people in your life with whom you can't be honest, in other words, you can't be yourself, and you're keeping them around, I bet you're not feeling as good about yourself as you could. We don't have control over others, what they do, how they treat us, but we do have control over ourselves. And people will treat us only how we let them. But when we pull ourselves away, when we pull our energy away, and we're no longer available to people who don't treat us well, we are caring for ourselves. And it is so important to put our happiness, your happiness, number one. Why? Because we're the only ones who can make ourselves happy. And two, because we attract more of how we're feeling. So it's important to keep ourselves feeling good. If someone tells you you think you're better than them, you are better than them, because they're trying to make you feel badly about yourself. Are you trying to make them feel badly about themselves by maybe just sharing a different opinion that you might have, or maybe just standing up for yourself? No, you're just being you. And if being you is too much for somebody else to handle, you are better off without them, no matter who they are to you. It's getting really windy and is about to storm, so there's lots of leaves flying around, so we're going to wrap it up. When we become less of ourselves to appease others, we're unable to make room for the right people to come into our lives, mostly because we're vibrating in our lower energy, so we can't match the energy of the people we want to meet and draw them in. Law of attraction, we attract more of how we feel. So that's why it's important to keep our happiness number one. So if someone doesn't like you for you and they don't want you to be yourselves, well, see you later. Harsh? Maybe. But the truth sometimes is. And the brave people keep speaking it. So keep on. The people who are meant to be in your life will find you and love and appreciate you for who you are. Like my grandfather. I'm Amy Lee Miller, and I believe in you.